here I am. It's Friday, May 24th, but it's not technically May 24th weekend. That's Victoria Day. And this is the Centennial Beach Waterfront in Barrie, just before the big festival. And you can see the south end where I used to walk to when I lived here, and the north end where I used to come from, down from Mulcaster back in 2008. Alright, I can see the screen now, but I don't see the flip around button. But I'm glad I came here now, because with the big festival, it's lucky I found a parking spot. And luckily, my tap for the card worked this time. There goes a speedboat on the water. So take a picture of Kempenfelt Bay, take a picture of the north end, take a picture of the south end, and crop it later. And of course there's all the festival stuff with the condos in the background. There's a good shot. That's what I remember from '08. Here we go. So the boardwalk has ended, though we'll see more once we get closer. In fact, there's a good probable thumbnail. I'll have to zoom in and crop it, of course. And the sidewalk goes all the way closer to the street level, because that's the marina, and that way you can get closer to the downtown core, which you can see out there. And the city of Barrie appears to have parking, but at $10 an hour. Remember, when I last lived here, I didn't have a car yet. I was 2 years away from that. So I was able to walk down from Mulcaster for free. There's a good picture of the marina. So it's kind of nice to be back here. And you can see, there's another boardwalk coming up. I see something up here. The river. See? There you go. There's another good picture. See it? Very small, low bridge. And there's the rest of the park that way. And get the picture. In fact, I lived here so long ago, the smartphone had only come into use, and that was the iPhone, 1 year before, in 2007. When I last lived here, it was still the early 2000s. Before the 2010s, it was the pre-smartphone age. All I had was a little zip. All I had was a flip phone. And whatever very blurry pictures I took with that thing years ago, I forgot to email myself, which was the only way to get them onto the computer or into any form of storage at the time. And so most of the pictures, well, at least between '08 and '09, any pictures I took in those years, and 2010, were unfortunately lost, because I didn't get the digital camera until April of '11, and the first cell phone was purchased, well, in that year, yes, first smartphone, and the last flip phone pictures I took that I saved from that camera phone were July of 2007. Canada Day fireworks and so forth. So if I arc onto the boardwalk again, which you can see ahead of us, you can also see Barrie's famous spirit catcher there. Let's see if we can get closer and get a good look. It should be immediately recognizable once people view the video. And there's the breakwater and the mooring dock. And since it will be kind of redundant to just go back to where the car was and film that, once I'm done at the spirit catcher, I will reverse course until I'm past where I parked. Therefore, well past the Ferris wheel. And I will pick it up at that point. When I was driving around Osaga Beach earlier today, oh look, there's the Barrie bus station. I remember that from the late 90s. I used to come through here on the bus from Toronto. Toronto's where I had to switch buses from St. Catharines, and went all the way up to Orillia and waited at the old train station for Mum to pick me up and take me the rest of the way to their house. And because I wandered here so much in the 8 months I lived here, it's immediately familiar. I don't even need to plot a course on Google Maps to find my way around. There might be another way back after all, over there, if it connects. We'll find out. There's a good view anyway. Oh, was I even recording that section? There's the bus station with the condos. There's a kind of breakwater or something. More views of Kempenfelt Bay. I have until 5:10. There's the Spirit Catcher from the other side. Don't worry, I got pictures of it from the other side. There's the Barrie condos that I remember. Here is one of the intersections of downtown Barrie itself. Condos, the trail. If you go up that way towards the downtown, you get close to Mulcaster, which is where I live. And now we reverse course until we get to the Cedar Flake Trail. Alright, now we start onto the Cedar Chip Trail, and we see how far along we can go, if it connects on the far side of the marina or if it's a peninsula and not an isthmus. There's a picture. I remember walking along over there along the lakeshore, and it reminded me even then of South Beach. Even though I hadn't been to South Beach since 2006 at that point, but that was only 2 years later, so the memory was still fresh. Lots of time over the next 4 to 6 years to explore this whole area. Not an end to the trail yet, as you can see. So we'll keep walking and hopefully we can connect over there and we don't find ourselves cut off from anything. There's only one way to find out. But it's nice to be under the shade trees again. See, I don't remember walking along this section, and it has been 16 years, so we're going to try to go beyond the water spout, walk until we're about halfway to 510, which will be 4:45, and then make our way back to the car. So hopefully we paid for enough parking, and we won't find ourselves ticketed. But at $10 an hour, this is probably going to be, and I have 26 minutes of footage room because all those pictures I deleted. This will probably be the trip to the Centennial Waterfront of Barrie. And we should be able to park for free on the weekend at Couchiching Beach Park in Orillia. So we can get all that footage without having to pay. And it looks like, I can't tell yet, there might be a hidden bridge. I mean, in Quebec, in Saint Jean-sur-Richelieu, south of Montreal, there was a place like this that was connected to the main boardwalk by a couple of bridges at either end, so that you weren't stuck, you didn't face a dead end or anything. But I think in this case, I think we do face a dead end, unless there's a bridge over there. But that's okay, we could just reverse our course and get back where we came from. Oh yes, okay, this is a midpoint for the harbor for the boats to get by. So they park them, most of them park in here, and then they use this area to get out. Ah, okay, I get it now. There's the sailboat making its turn. Huh. It's like Deep River and Pembroke after all. You reach the end of the line and then you have to reverse your course to get back to your point of origin because the boat launch is over there. Alright, well, you've seen it from this angle, including the downtown Barrie building, so I'm going to go back and walk over there until I get at least to the Ferris wheel, and then we'll pick up the footage. So I guess I'll make this part 1, and we'll pick up part 2 of Centennial Park when I'm past the Ferris wheel and on the southern section that stretches around the south end of Kempenfelt Bay. So it'll be a few minutes for me, but it'll probably be a week for you, because I'll break this up into 2 videos. And we'll see you later. Bye bye.